Ready? Start. Learned counsel for the appellant submitted that the Court of Sessions erred in setting aside the conviction for offences other than Section 323 and also erred in granting benefit of probation. Stop. The fine imposed was not adequate, and having regard to number of injuries and their nature, adequate compensation ought to have been granted. Stop. The appellant received as many as 10 injuries, including an incised wound in the parietal region by sharp edged weapon, a muscle deep injury on the front of left leg, and a bone deep injury just above the front of left leg. Stop. Even if technically the injury could be held to be simple instead of grievous, the sentence should have been adequate, and in any case, due compensation ought to have been granted. Stop. Thus, the High Court erred in dismissing the revision petition. Stop. Learned counsel for the accused pointed out that the respondent Devi Singh has died during pendency of the proceedings in this court. Stop. Interference by this court was not called for at this stage when 35 years have passed after the occurrence. Stop. In any case, it may not be appropriate to give any sentence of imprisonment to any of the accused, and at best compensation may be directed to be paid by the accused or the state to the appellant. Stop. After giving due consideration to the rival submissions, we are of the view that while it may not be appropriate to impose the sentence of imprisonment at this stage, having regard to the nature and extent of injuries, the appellant complainant deserves to be duly compensated. Stop. We find that the Court of Sessions and the High Court have not fully focused on the need to compensate the victim, which can now be taken to be integral to just sentencing. Stop. Order of sentence in a criminal case needs due application of mind. Stop. The court has to give attention not only to the nature of crime, prescribed sentence, mitigating and aggravating circumstances to strike just balance in needs of society and fairness to the accused, but also to keep in mind the need to give justice to the victim of crime. Stop. In spite of legislative changes and decisions of this court, this aspect at times escapes attention. Stop. Rehabilitating victim is as important as punishing the accused. Stop. Victim's plight cannot be ignored even when a crime goes unpunished for want of adequate evidence. Stop. It empowers the court to award compensation to victims while passing judgment of conviction. Stop. In addition to conviction, the court may order the accused to pay some amount by way of compensation to victim who has suffered by the action of accused. Stop. It may be noted that this power of courts to award compensation is not ancillary. Stop.